Hello everybody, it is Paganperspective and it's Friday. Okay, so this week we have some questions, several questions to just kind of get rid of a few of our topics that we have coming up and just to kind of put a mismatch of topics in one video to kind of get these out of the way and answered and stuff. Alyssa Pagan Proud asks, I can't stand silence. Is it required for meditation? I know that I have read a book that said I do. I also wonder if it is bad that I don't do a lot of rituals and more spells than anything else. I was just wondering if that would seem wrong to others. First off, the meditation, silence. I've met a few people who, like you, cannot stand silence. And I would ask you why, because I would assume that you have tried listening to some kind of musical track or some kind of relaxing music or white noise or any kind of noisemaker while you're meditating. And if you haven't, then that solves your problem immediately right there. Just, listen to soft music, listen to some kind of music that you enjoy. And if for some reason soft music doesn't do it for you, you could still listen to like kind of pop songs or just kind of modern songs that actually have words to them or whatever. It's not really advised, but if the words somehow help you, then whatever. But even so, I would advise not focusing on the words if you are going to use a song with words. Is it bad that you do not do a lot of rituals and more spells than anything else? I'm just wondering. Okay. No, I don't want to say that that's bad. I've done a video before on my main channel about how people need to accept that magic is a talent that we all have and learn and things like that, and we don't need to avoid that this is a natural talent that we have as practitioners of witchcraft, and it's something that we need to utilize in our daily practice. It's a lifestyle, it's not just a practice to me. And S. Faith J. asks, are commanding oils ethical to use, or do they go against another person's free will? Commanding anything, to me, would seem to go against a person's free will. Although, there are certain situations where this would possibly be required. Because, say, somebody was harming you in such an intent that you had to get them out of your life in some manner. You might use oils in such natures for this reason. Or you have an abusive family member, things like that, If you need a commanding oil, and hopefully you would have the sound mind to determine if this is a situation that you are willing to risk the commanding thing to get the results of your spell, then, sometimes you have to be commanding and forceful, and other times you really don't want to. So, just very much so weigh what you think the situation is. It really depends on the situation, but I would say mostly commanding oils would be unethical to use, but that's my opinion. I know some people who practice it don't mind at all using commanding things, and that's fine too, whatever. But just my opinion on the ethical thing, I wouldn't think so. Should you write in your book of shadows every day, or only when you are doing the craft? Ziggy J2 asks. And I have a book of shadows, and I only write in it whenever I do a spell, feed from somebody, do a meditation that I felt like was important and needed to be written down, or do divination. So, personally, I only write it whenever I do crafty type things, I guess. But I do know people who have like a section in their book of shadows that is kind of like a journal, or a poetry place, or a journal that they write to the god and goddess in, and so that's kind of interesting. I mean, your book of shadows is literally anything that you want it to be. There's no really strict guidelines to it. It's just a witch's journal and a witch's records. So, whatever. It's not going to be counted not a book of shadows if you don't do it a certain way or something, It's still going to be your book of shadows. Fairy Obsession asked, wondering if you guys could address the question of practicing magic and being a part of ritual while pregnant. Read Dawn Fortune's book, The Work and Training of the Initiate, and she warns against being a part of ritual while pregnant for possibly having a fairy child being born. Do you think this is potentially dangerous? Thoughts, comments, opinions, thanks. Okay, well, I do think that it is very much possible to have a fairy child born. that would go kind of in the realms of other kin people. And so I believe in fairies and other kin, and I very much believe that it's probably more likely to happen if you are pregnant during a ritual, that maybe the baby is born in other kin, especially if you're thinking about that. Although, is this dangerous? No, I don't feel like at all it's dangerous. Actually, whenever women are pregnant, they are probably their most potent magical energy that they have ever been. It's probably, I mean, women have periods, and those are extremely magical whenever you're on your period, ladies. But whenever you are pregnant, it's just like that, like multiplied by a bajillion and a half. So it's absolutely wonderful to be pregnant whenever you're in ritual. And I don't think it's dangerous to have a fairy child at all. I would be just as accepting of that child as I would any other human being. So that was our questions for this week, and I hope that was helpful to you guys. So thanks for watching. Bye.